International Maritime Organization, IMO, is the United Nations specialized agency with responsibility for the safety and security of shipping and the prevention of marine and atmospheric pollution by ships. IMO's work supports the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and in Nigeria, our own NIMASA is the focal agency for the International Maritime Organization. You're welcome to another exciting and fully packaged episode of NIMASA this week. My name is Moyoluwa Olutayo, your host on the program. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Introducing the new face of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA. We are charting the direction for a maritime and regulating the industry for a better, bigger, and more economically stable Nigeria. Evolved to serve you better. We are NIMASA. New face, rejuvenated service. NIMASA, changing the tides in your favor.
It's NIMASA this week, and we appreciate all our esteemed viewers. We kickstart the program today from the United States, where the Director General of NIMASA, Dr. Dayo Mobiriola, participated at the Atlantic Cooperation Summit, a sideline session at the 2024 United Nations General Assembly in New York. The session was chaired by the U.S. Secretary of State, Antony Blinken. In his address at the session, the NIMASA DG engaged participants on Nigeria's unique perspectives on funding, governance complexity, and technological advancement, amongst other issues, with an assurance that Nigeria, under the current administration, is focused on developing a viral marine and blue economy industry. On his part, the United States Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, who chaired the session, noted that the Atlantic Ocean is vital to every nation of the world, stating that all countries bordering the ocean have direct stake in this joint venture. And from New York, we come down to Lagos, where stakeholders in the maritime sector converged at the aquatic city of Lagos for the celebration of this year's World Maritime Day. The event was organized by the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. Stay tuned.
Stakeholders from various sectors of the Nigerian maritime industry converged at Eco Hotels in Lagos to commemorate the 2024 World Maritime Day. With the theme, Navigating the Future, Safety First, all the speeches focused on safety in the Nigerian maritime sector.
Safety is crucial in the maritime industry. The theme of the 2024 World Maritime Day, Navigating the Future, Safety First, is one of the many ways the International Maritime Organization, IMO, is drawing attention to the need to keep pace with the ongoing transformation in shipping and innovative solutions that will drive a safer and more sustainable future for the industry. This year's theme resonates deeply with NIMASA's core missions and vision for Nigerian maritime sector.
Moby Riola's message about cooperation and coordination, a message about partnership, goes well beyond the borders of Nigeria to include all of us who inhabit this Atlantic world, to come together, to collaborate on mutual priorities to achieve our shared interests.
Guiding us into a future where innovation and safety work hand in hand. As we gather today, discussions will focus on key areas shaping the future of maritime safety, guided by the theme, navigating the future, safety first.
Without meeting well, seafarers are the backbone. The dock workers are the heart, and other maritime workers are the artery of our industry. Hence, we must give preference to their training, welfare and mental health support, and particularly for the seafarers to ensure they can perform their duties safely and effectively.
World Maritime Day is not just a date on the calendar. It is an opportunity to reflect on the achievement of our maritime sector while also recognizing the challenges.
I present the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy and NIMASA. They should be commended for reduction of piracy and maritime terrorism. With the implementation of the deep sea projects and installation of an integrated maritime surveillance system.
The theme of this year, Navigating the Future, Safety First, aptly captures the high impact day-to-day contribution that the maritime sector makes to international trade and the global economy.
Only this year, I can attest to it, that this Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy had trained more than 300 people in the area of STC mandatory certification. It is noteworthy of word that under the leadership of His Excellency Chief Adegboyega Oyetola, the ministry, with the drive of the permanent secretary, Olorun Toba Michael Olufemi, had done a lot of work in the area of ease of doing business, port efficiency, terminal coordination, which I had followed them at the time, to see how we can organize in terms of security aspect, bringing the whole logistics together so that we have single point responsibility.
Stay with us as we serve you a full package next week on this same platform. The 2024 World Maritime Day has the theme Navigating the Future, Safety First. This reflects efforts to enhance maritime safety and security alongside the protection of the marine environment, while ensuring that regulatory bodies such as NIMASA develop policies that anticipate the rapid pace of technological change and innovation. This theme allowed maritime administrations to focus on the full range of safety regulatory implications arising from new and adapted technologies, as well as the introduction of alternative fuels, including measures to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from ships, while the IMO strives to ensure that the safety and efficiency of shipping are maintained. In Nigeria, the federal government, via the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, states that the country will keep up to date with globally acceptable standards regarding safety in the maritime industry.
You are aware, the ministry considers itself to have basically two parts. One side is the maritime, and the other side is the fishery and aquaculture side. Starting with the basics, The ministry is attempting to put in place a solid policy framework for both sides. And under that, the ministry is developing the marine and blue economy policy for Nigeria, which the zero draft is ready, and will soon begin the validation processes.
World Maritime Day was first celebrated in 1978 to mark the 20th anniversary of the entry into force of the IMO Convention. Celebrations are held worldwide to highlight the importance of shipping safety, maritime security, and the marine environment, while emphasizing a particular aspect of the IMO's work. In Nigeria, the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, along with all parastatals under the ministry, is aligned with the IMO.
The ministry has implemented an integrated security architecture known as the Deep Blue Project, which secures Nigeria's maritime domain up to the Gulf of Guinea. This project, comprises land, sea, and air assets to ensure excellent domain awareness, and is manned primarily by the military.
Nigeria is a maritime nation that is affected by the issues about development of the industry. And the development in the industry, they're going at a very, very fast rate. Therefore, how does Nigeria prepare for the emergence of this technology from safety aspects? If you look at the agenda of the IMO, it's that we do not get caught in the web of safety issues emerging from operation of maritime vessels.
Safety has been at the heart of all the IMO activities since the organization was established in 1948. In Nigeria, the focal agency relating with the IMO is NIMASA. The agency's regulatory framework is continuously evolving as gaps become apparent. Addressing the need to accommodate emerging technologies and innovations is now considered a priority.
Then we have community engagement. NIMASA engages with coastal communities through its littoral states, outreach programs to address challenges peculiar to specific coastal communities. And we have regional collaborations, strengthening collaboration with neighboring countries to combat maritime crimes and promoting information sharing and cooperation.
2024 marks 50 years since the adoption of the 1974 SOLAS Convention, the key treaty regulating maritime safety under the International Maritime Organization, IMO. This milestone perhaps informed the decision of the IMO Secretary General, Arsenio Dominguez, to focus on SOLAS in his World Maritime Day message.
When we think about safety in maritime, the International Convention for Safety of Life at Sea, or SOLAS, is one of the first things that comes to mind. 2024 marks 50 years since the treaty was adopted. We can be proud of the crucial role that this convention has played in setting international safety standards for ships' construction, equipment, and operation, preventing maritime disasters and protecting lives. But we cannot be complacent. This year's World Maritime Day theme, Navigating the Future, Safety First, calls for the collective effort to ensure we keep pace with the ongoing transformation in shipping. At IMO, we must ensure the continued development and implementation of the regulatory regime to prioritize safety as we steer towards tomorrow. I encourage all stakeholders to mark this year's World Maritime Day on the 26th of September and invite you to join the conversation online using the hashtag World Maritime Day. Let us all work to navigate the future with safety first.
The program is still NIMASA this week. As part of effort to enhance the safety of navigation in Nigerian waters, the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency NIMASA and Nigerian Meteorological Agency NIMET are collaborating to improve the capability of vessels to receive adequate warnings about the weather in which they sail.
Weather monitoring plays a pivotal role in ensuring the safety of maritime navigation. As a major maritime hub in West Africa, with an extensive coastline along the Gulf of Guinea, Nigeria recognizes that the safety of vessels navigating its water is of national importance. Nigerian waters experience heavy maritime traffic due to oil and gas exploration, fishing activities, and international trade. However, these waters are also affected by unpredictable weather patterns, which can pose significant challenges to the safe navigation of ships. Little wonder the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, working with the Nigerian Meteorological Agency NIMET, has concluded arrangements to install VOS weather forecast gadgets on Nigerian flagged vessels. Officials of NIMET visited the NIMASA Weather Observatory facility at the Nigerian Maritime Resource Development Center in Lagos.
Can I have a paper? Let me just show you how it goes. The card is actually calibrated. Okay. So it is placed, it is long that the two edge appears on this side. Okay. So if you place it like this, you can see, if you come closer, you will see how the sun is shining on the paper. And it burns the paper and give a duration of the rain. You know, at times, in a day you may have rain, sun that is more at a particular period of time. So this is
so just like
the intensity measurement of the sun.
Inadequate or delayed weather information can lead to ship accidents, cargo losses, environmental pollution, and loss of life. Some of the weather factors critical to maritime safety include wind speed and direction, large waves and swells, tides and currents, visibility, and storms, among others. NIMASA, working with NIMET, hopes to enhance the safety of navigation on Nigerian waters.
Obviously, this project of establishing an observatory station across the coastline was initiated since 2012, and that is just going by the history. And NIMASA and the airport has established like 3. I know the one in Lagos has established since 2012. Then it's also going to establish another one in Marine. And so there was already an existing joint committee between NIMASA and NiMet. And I think it was last year or last 2 years that the MOU was signed by the former administration.
For the purpose of our other audience, what they are going to do on the VOS is a device to be placed on board vessel to collect data on the observatory, weather observatory, the sea, in our maritime generally. We talk about the current, we talk about the wind, we talk about other things that will help us, and we know that apart from the climate change issues, in the issue of oil spill too, for you to do effective response, you need to know what the weather is all about.
We are here today on 2 assignments. The first one, which is the major one, is the inspection of the voluntary observing ship that the NIMASA has already given us its red carpet to visit, because we had a meeting here last year, of which we presented our activities, what is expected from NIMET, because like Madam has rightly said, meteorological information is not restricted to the coastal environment, or the inland area, there is need to have meteorological information right in the ocean.
So how will the Nigerian maritime sector benefit from the NIMASA and NiMet collaboration?
Yesterday that the NiMet officials came around and we agreed with them. We went to board at this MT Ilham, which is about 20,000 tonnage vessel, a Nigerian flag. So they just came to go and inspect whether the MT Ilham is eligible to enroll into this BOS scheme. That was the essence of we going to board this vessel, and we successfully boarded the vessel. We have inspected all the spaces, we have met the captain, we have met the chief engineer on board, and we all share ideas and agree on the way forward on how to come with the NIMET engineers to come to board again for subsequent installation of these devices.
NIMASA this week, the voice of maritime, showing on these stations.
Vessel operating coastal voyage in Nigeria must mandatorily have on board the following: vessel logbook, vessel port of call, vessel particulars, which include registry certificates, safety equipment certificates such as safe manning certificates, builder certificates, load line certificates, tonnage certificates, radio certificate, insurance certificates, classification certificates, passenger ship safety certificate, service certificate, cargo ship certificate, and waiver certificate or receipts. Vessel owners, captains, shipping agents, and members of the public are advised to note and comply.
It is with great pleasure and honor and deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you today to commemorate World Maritime Day with the theme Navigating the Future, Safety First. This could not be more appropriate. It emphasizes the vital importance of safety in the maritime industry as we look ahead to the future of global shipping, trade, and ocean governance.
It is a great pleasure for me to be with you this morning to celebrate the 2024 World Maritime Day. This annual gathering has become a platform that brings all stakeholders in the maritime sector together to discuss, deliberate, and brainstorm on the issue as they relate to the sector, and now best to continuously strengthen, transform, and develop the industry. As Nigeria joins the global community in celebrating World Maritime Day 2024 under the theme Navigating the Future, Safety First, my message to Nigerians and Nigerians is that maritime safety is not just a global priority, but a national imperative.
It's an approach to growth and human development that aims to meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. The aim is to have a society where living conditions and resources meet human needs without undermining the health and integrity of the earth. The 17 Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations are the blueprint to achieve a better and more suitable future for all.
Presents us today an opportunity to reflect on the strides of Nigeria, which Nigeria has made in developing its maritime sector, positioning it as a key driver of our national economic growth.
That's our show for today. I leave you with more sight and sound from the World Maritime Day celebration in Nigeria. My name remains Moyioluwa Olutayo. Bye for now.